Welcome to Jordan. What?
I'm sorry, the donkey in the background is fantastic. Look at him.
It's like we've paid this donkey to stand there for us.
Good job.
It's our Instagram donkey. We're just going to take him on our journey around the world. He will be following us everywhere we go so that we have the perfect Instagram photo. So we've made it to Jordan.
Jordan. It's beautiful.
It's absolutely a gorgeous country. The people are gorgeous. The food is amazing.
Yes.
We are currently sitting at Petra.
Yes.
I mean, it's so big.
It's huge.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Immense?
Immense.
It's
yeah.
immense.
I mean, generally when you look at like photos of Petra, you see like one photo of the main treasury. They call it the treasury.
The treasury, yeah. Which is amazing.
But it just meanders through the valley.
Appreciate the caves and homes that you're seeing
all throughout.
All
throughout. It's amazing. You know, it's one of those things that I guess, again, until you experience it, it's sort of like the Grand Canyon in some ways, that you just can't imagine how big it is.
Yeah, I think
until
that's
you're
a good
there.
Comparison. Yeah.
And then you're there and you're like, wow, this is why so many people are like, you got to go see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I would liken it to the place that we went in Arizona and Utah, the Slot Canyons.
Oh, Slot Canyons, yeah. At least the walkway all the way through is like a slot canyon, yeah.
Yeah, as you're coming down through Petra, if you've ever been to Antelope Canyon, or like a lot of the slot canyons, either in Arizona or Utah or where have you, you're sort of walking down, you know, these beautiful sandstone, naturally cut into the stone, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just amazing how beautiful it is. We've been touring with a group here to Jordan, and most places we were going, we do not plan on doing the whole paid tour thing. Tour guides are definitely worth the money.
Yes,
but
no, totally, yeah.
We just don't have that much money to be able to afford a paid guide. So Jordan is one of those places, though, that we chose to go ahead and fork out the cash.
Yeah, we were only here a few days. There's so many separate pieces of the puzzle for Jordan because the things that we're seeing are actually really far apart, that it would be a little nightmarish, I think, to try to figure all of that out. So a tour made sense. It's all inclusive, and even price wise, very reasonable when you put it all together. So
yeah,
worth a lot.
And this is where I'm guilty. I thought it was just Petra. You know, I thought it was just that one, you know, photo of the treasury where you sort of do come down and you see that.
Okay.
But it's so much more just even in Petra, but let alone we visited.
Yeah, we've visited already Jerash.
Amazing.
Roman ruins.
Amazing.
So well preserved, and yet you can also see where some things haven't been excavated, so that's really interesting because you can see columns that just haven't been excavated out of the earth yet, so there's just a few feet of them sticking out, but the rest is still there. To one day be discovered, I assume, but...
Yeah, it was something that was just sort of a surprise. I thought mostly, you know, yesterday would be traveling, but to get to stop, and we spent at least a couple hours there with the guide and to see all the, you know, ancient civilization that was there. One thing I would say, as far as if you're coming to Petra, again, more than likely you're probably going to be on a tour group. I think you actually can do Jordan by yourself. I probably should preface that if you have traveled, you know, a number of places in the world.
Familiar with international travel, familiar with...
There's nothing more, you know, there's nothing more difficult about it than anywhere else that we've been.
Sure. No, the people are kind. There's no... Yeah.
I don't feel in danger. I don't feel, you know, threatened in any way.
No, they're very happy.
Probably the only, you know, a little bit of pushiness was really at the beginning of the tour here at Petra. Yeah. You know, our guide told us that the horses coming down the hill would be included in our ticket price, and at the end of the tour, you know, or down, you know, the hill, it was just really pushy to get a tip. And so we don't mind a tip. It just, when we offered a tip, it didn't matter what we offered.
No, it wouldn't have been enough.
It just wasn't enough. But other than that, I mean, again, everything else is great.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with international travel, I think.
Yeah, and, you know,
it would it would feel overwhelming if you weren't, I'm sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. If again, you haven't traveled outside of the States or your home country very much, yeah, I mean, it's probably best to take a tour, but I don't recommend a day tour. I do think they sell those. They offer a day tour. There's no way I would ever recommend a day tour, just because
There's a lot of driving. We drove
so
a lot
much driving,
yesterday. Yeah.
and you would never get to experience Petra as you should. If I understand, you would only get
No,
maybe
you
an
wouldn't.
hour here. And honestly, that's coming down probably to the Treasury.
Right,
Take
that's
a
when
couple-
you only get a photo of the treasury.
Yeah,
And it's-
a couple of the Instagram photos and head back out. I just don't recommend that. So
So we still get to see Wadi Rum.
Yep.
I think I'm saying it right. I'm sure I'll find out more after we do. I can't wait. Everything, I wouldn't even say pleasantly surprised. So that's not a strong enough word. It's been so much more than I expected. And so interesting and beautiful.
I would imagine we'll be blown away. It's
Yeah.
out in the middle of the desert, and we're supposed to be staying the night in a tent in the middle.
Bedouin
Bedouin
tent,
tent. Hopefully that works out. Our guide
It was really cold
was a little
last
bit
night.
in
So
question
I know.
whether we could do that, but I think we're supposed to have like a traditional dinner.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit freezing, but no,
Might be
it's
cold.
all about the adventure. Then tomorrow we get up, we go through a tour, I think a Jeep tour through the desert, which sounds pretty cool. And then we end up at the southern city of Jordan, crossing back over into Eilat, Israel. Israel. You can correct us however you should say that. We really should Google some of these things before we talk, but even on these vlogs, I'm trying to do them on the go. Everything is done, shot, and edited on an iPhone, so please be merciful, all of my friends out there who know. So we are literally sitting on the face of Mars. Well, not literally, but technically it's where they filmed the movie Martian. And I think Damon, what was it? Matt Damon?
Matt Damon. Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's incredible.
It's the coolest experience. You feel like you're on a foreign planet. Absolutely gorgeous with, a Jeep ride or in back of a truck ride. We
Right.
call it a Jeep ride. But
Yeah.
anyways,
But open air, sitting in the back of a truck.
flying through the desert. Stayed the night last night in a
Bedouin tent.
tent camp.
Tent
It was a
camp.
little bit nicer than I guess it originally had thought.
Not a complaint,
So
but we did go without heat,
that's
and
true.
it was chilly,
It was chilly.
and
It
so
was
we
chilly.
snuggled.
Make it nice to snuggle with. So anyways, we are continuing our tour through Jordan and have absolutely loved it, have been blown away. Never would have imagined we would have enjoyed it even this much, but it is a gorgeous country and absolutely so much to see. Really could spend days, I think, and would have, again, I'm so surprised, I would have never imagined. So if you ever get a chance to visit Jordan, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I would even say the group that we're with have made it too.
They have.
We've absolutely grown to love the people that we're touring with, and they are just a ton of fun. So I know that you can always
Pick your group.
pick your group, but they're pretty cool. So
The guide is phenomenal too. He's great.
so enjoy some of the footage of
Mars.
Wadi Rum.
Wadi Rum.
Wadi Rum, middle of the desert here in Jordan. I love the view that we now have. Our donkey has kindly said,
He's
you're
done.
out of time.
You're done.
You're out of time. You can't include all
You
of
didn't
this.
pay me enough for this.
So, anyways, hopefully you've enjoyed being along with us and continuing to enjoy our journey. Definitely encourage you to subscribe and to keep up with us. Follow our journey as we keep making it around the world. Two teenagers, two middle-aged.
Okay.
Never mind. Two young-hearted individuals.
Catch the first one if you don't know what
that
that's about.
Are flying the nest and seeing the world. So, catch you later.